Did you get the share link before the?
Yes.
Okay, good to share it out. Excuse me. We don't get to edit anything because it's live. So, hey everybody, welcome to the huge live show. And this is our speaker series. And what we do is we get to introduce really cool people that are speaking at the huge convention, like Chelsea Phernetton. Did I say it right? I felt like we were talking about Mexican food, so I kind of put a Mexican accent on it.
It's French Canadian, but you were close. So
okay, cool. We'll get to that. Chelsea is sales and marketing director with CLIPA. CLIPA. How do we say it? It's CLIPA.
Yeah, CLIPA.
Yeah, I always get thrown off because there's one P in it. So I think, is it CLIPA? Is it CLIPA? No, I'm kidding. CLIPA, and CLIPA's playing a big part at the huge convention in a couple of weeks. So, by the way, the pre-show classes all kick off 2 weeks from today, but CLIPACon and your training kicks off a little bit earlier than that. Before we go any further, how did you get into working with CLIPA and with as a sales and marketing director? Is Christmas your favorite thing in the world? Is that what happened?
It's so funny. Yes, Christmas has always been my favorite holiday. So I know I was born for this, but I originally, it's so funny. I actually never thought like, this is what I want to do. It was one of those things. I have a background in cold calling, and forever I worked at call centers, and I was a pesky telemarketer, and I would call you and say that your car warranty is expired, or call you about your Google listing. And in 2018, I was like, the company I was working for, they were doing a merger. Things were weird. And I called my friend, and she had been selling commercial Christmas for 17 years. And she was like, hey, take a break, go work for this Christmas company. This was in November. She was like, they need help. And I called, and I was like, hi, I'm looking for a job. And they were like, I preferably in sales. And they were like, well, we have a job in accounting, and it's, it's seasonal. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll figure it out. And we always joke around about it because I was like a part-time seasonal hire, and I'm still here. I haven't been able to leave. It's been years later. And they say once you have like been in Christmas for 5 years, you're a lifer. And today I couldn't imagine my life not in Christmas. It does kind of kill the vibe though with my family, because when Christmas finally comes, I'm so exhausted that I have to decorate my house in October. Otherwise, we are not getting any type of lights or a tree, anything like that.
Okay, that's fine. So my office manager and my Emily runs our business with such, like, she's so good, but she is a Christmas fanatic. And so this morning, every Wednesday, I meet with the team, and we just have a little weekly training on a certain topic. And I turn and look at her, I don't even say anything, and she goes, 141 days until Christmas. Like, that's today. And I'm like, she just knows it off. I didn't ask her to keep track. She's like, she's so ready. And,
yeah, I love Emily. If you don't want her, we'll take her.
Yeah, she is crazy about it. So good. So you got into it almost by accident, and you said 5 years as a lifer. Have you approached that 5 year?
Yeah, I think now this is going on 7 years, almost 8 years. This year will be, yeah. So it's gone by really quick. I now have like a bunch of gray hair, feeling much older from working in this industry, but it is like, it's such a small season that we have. Anyone who's in the holiday lighting industry, you have about just 12 weeks to really make all of your money for the year, and it's go time. You're like prep all year long. And then for us, we do installs here at our corporate office too, in Southern California. So we work with shopping centers, cities, casinos. Okay. We do a bunch of really fun stuff. So I'm back making Christmas magic too with us. And there's no greater feeling than when you light up a 40-foot tree and everyone's smiling and laughing and Santa is throwing glitter. Like, it does make you feel really good. And you're like, this is what it's all about. All of the blood, sweat, and tears, it's worth it, because we just made 10,000 people we don't know smile. So
yeah, that is so cool. How great to be in an industry or do work that brings people happiness and a real significant memory. Like,
for sure, it's very fulfilling.
Yeah,
because even if you don't celebrate Christmas, you love the feeling of lights and decor and bringing people together. Usually the holidays mean like food, laughter, all of those things. And so it's fun. Once we get to that point, it makes it all worth it. That's for sure.
That is so cool. Okay. So I actually didn't realize CLIPA, what I know of CLIPA is They're the training company, the Christmas light installation PA.
Pros Association.
Okay. Associate, but I know you guys do trainings. You've done trainings, not only like you're doing in a couple of weeks at the huge convention, but you have your own, CLIPA. We kind of bolted that together with the huge convention this year. I talked to Matt last year. Last year, Matt Hayden spoke at the huge convention, so I had the same interview, or a similar interview with him. And obviously, he wasn't as cool as you are, Chelsea. Don't tell him I said that. Yes. Matt, you watching? Okay.
Yeah, he's probably cool. Laughing and smiling in the back somewhere.
Perfect. But I didn't realize that you guys had your own installation branch as well.
Yes, for sure. And I think that's what makes us really unique is that our team, we're actively installing. We only do commercial, but we're actively installing. So when we're like, for instance, when I'm up teaching the class, I actually have experience and I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is what has worked for me to land those 6-figure contracts. So it's awesome. I just like relate my experience, strength and hope, and hopefully so people can realize that it's not as difficult as we think it is. It just takes a little bit of course, confidence and some action, and you can too sell really big jobs and do some awesome stuff.
That's very cool. All right. So people are jumping on live. Thank you for joining us. Go ahead. It says right here at the bottom of the screen, say hello in the comments. Where are you joining from? So go ahead and say hi. Let us know you're here. And then if you want to win a ticket or two to the huge convention, I'll be giving those away as long as we have a handful more people on live. So if you want to win a ticket, stick around, say hi, share this in a couple of other groups so people can join in the fun and learn with Chelsea and I, and hit that. I see a couple of hearts popping up. Show some love for Chelsea. All right. Oh, hey, like comments like this, just got to make your heart smile. Mr. JC, Mr. Christmas.
Yes. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Christmas.
Cool. We had JC and Angela on last night. They had a ball of fun. And awesome. Of course, we talked about Christmas. Hello to Jeff. Good to see you, my man, all the way from Danville. And we got Len. Good to see you again. Len won a ticket last night to the huge convention. Yeah. So excellent. And Christy Lights. Good to see you. Do you guys work together? Is she in the lighting? Yep. Are you in the lighting business?
Yep. She's my partner in crime.
Okay.
Our office is actually, she's right in the office next door. Christy and I actually started at the same time. We both were hired as temporary hires and we're still here. We're still with the company. Yeah. It's so funny, but yeah, we're still here. Slaving for Santa is what I say.
Slaving for Santa. You two ladies going to end up owning that thing. Tell Matt, watch it.
Yeah. Matt is actually way outnumbered. So his wife is his business partner. It's all of us ladies in the office and Matt. And I feel really bad because he'll be like, I have an idea. And we'll be like, no, you don't. We all shoot him down.
That's fun. So just out of curiosity, and this came out last night when I was talking to JC and Angela, when they got together and then became business partners, the level of, I want to say, attention to detail for events, like with Sales Boost, it went from dude centric and let's talk about getting in the mud to there's a welcome gift at every seat and things are in order. Like it had a woman's touch, but it's not because it needed a woman's touch, but that, like, how has CLIPA changed with you and Christy and Matt's wife? Like, do things not get forgotten? Like, details get handled, right?
We have a huge team. We have Alice, we have Courtney. It's all a bunch of A-type personalities. So we get a lot of stuff done, probably too much. We have a million task lists, but it makes it better because we're like, for like CLIPACon and the huge convention, we just delegate it. Hey, you're in charge of this. One thing I will say that's great, Brooks, Matt's wife, joined us probably about like 4 or 5 years ago. Brooks great because Matt will sometimes, and this is a dude thing, I know, because my husband does the same thing, but sometimes he's like, okay, let's just make it happen. And there's like no thought behind it, where Brooke's like, hey, people need to eat. They need somewhere to stay. Like, how are they getting there? Like all of those things. So I'm like, we love her. We're like, hey, every year she always buys us like something fun for the office. Yeah. Like a couple years ago, we got like a Breville espresso machine. Last year, we got an ice machine with the little round ice. So every year, she's like always thinking of something fun for us. So we love having her. If it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't get paid. We wouldn't eat.
Yeah, it would just be forgotten. That's so funny because that is such a dude thing. I'm trying to remember who it was. We were talking about events, and there was a group, it may have been in Nashville at the huge convention. They were going to go downtown and do something. And the guys were like, yeah, just swing it, whatever, get an Uber. And somebody went, for the cost of 4 Ubers, we can get 2 private cars and have like champagne in the cars waiting for us. And let's make it special. And I was like, I wouldn't have thought of that in a million years. I would have thought about it afterward. Like, oh, you know what would have been cool? Good. So that's great. So let me dig back in and ask you a couple things. First, like you guys, you have CLIPA and you have a training certification, both going on, the residential certification at the Opryland Hotel in about 2 weeks. You guys start before we do. The huge convention starts on the 21st, so it's Thursday, Friday. But you guys start on Monday or Sunday?
We start on the 17th, actually. We start on Sunday.
Okay.
So we have our a residential training and certification on the 17th, and that's really for people who are new to the industry. If I'm like, hey, I own a pressure washing, window cleaning business, I just want to add this service on. We go over all of the basics. It's a 2-day intensive. It's a lot of fun. We jam-packed 20 years of experience in those 2 days. That's really the first start for a lot of people launching.
Okay.
And then CLIPA is for everyone, but we always say we'll be talking about next level stuff. So if you have an experienced holiday business, it's perfect for you because we'll talk about the permanent lighting, the commercial sales, landscape lighting, all of this stuff to really like take you to the next level and ultimately extend that lighting business year round.
Okay.
I think that's the goal for most people.
Cool. Before we go further, if somebody's really interested in getting the residential certification or coming to CLIPA, is CLIPA.com, is that where they need to go to get that?
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, okay. CLIPA.com, you'll see a tab for training and then also for CLIPA.
Okay.
Feel free to reach out, to call, ask as many questions. We have a bunch of references. We've been doing this a long time. I would say just if you're new and you're confused or you don't know where to go, one thing that's going to separate us from other people is that we have year-round in-house staff to provide support. Everyone is trained and educated. So we do a lot of hand-holding, which separates us from a lot of people. So we will carry you and your business to make sure that you make money. I will say this, like we give you the recipe for the perfect cake, right? It's an award-winning cake. If you follow this recipe, you will make the special cake. The people who do that, they make money and they're really successful. So for sure, it's been proven. We've done it for a long time. And you see a lot of the people who are in holiday lighting have started with CLIPA, which is awesome. So
that's really cool.
To see them grow. Yeah,
for sure. So as I was taking up here, it says share this live feed in a group or two. If you're on, you're here because you heard me say it, if you're on. We want to give away a couple of tickets a little bit later, probably in 10, maybe 15 minutes the most. But in order to be eligible for that, you share this in a group or two, and then just hit in the comments, go, hey, shared it. And then all you have to do is answer the trivia question right, and we'll give you a ticket to the huge. Sound like fun? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great deal.
We'll be doing this in a little bit less than 15 minutes. How's that? So let me dash back around to the comments. Look, this is like the Chelsea's awesome night because we get silly things like Jeff says, you forgot more about Christmas lights than I'll ever know. Justin Noggle is also going to be speaking at the huge convention, and you are the best. Chelsea is #1 chief rock. Right.
This is actually Jeff's first huge convention, so I'm glad that he's going to be able to go. He will also be at CLIPA, so really cool. Excited for him to learn a bunch of really awesome stuff.
That's awesome. And your fan club extends all the way down to Texas, so well done. And your sales training and background came to the forefront. You help the CLIPA CLIPA-conees, CLIPA, what do you call your
CLIPA members? CLIPA members. Yeah. We do a lot for them. As you can see, Justin, I helped him with the presentation that he had with the casino a month or so ago. And Justin was great. He got the client, he got the meeting with them, and he was a little worried, like, hey, I have this big proposal. Christy and I put a deck together for him. And he was just a little bit worried. I was like, hey, let's just pretend like I work for your company, and I'll come on and I'll do the talking. And then you're just the smiling, handsome face in the room with them. And it worked out great. So I kind of like build confidence, and help them get going and sell some of those big jobs. The best part, I would say, with the bigger jobs, when I'm dealing with a commercial property, it's not their money. It's less personal than someone who's at home. Yeah. So if I'm asking for a high ticket, they just have a budget and they're looking for the most qualified vendor to get it done. So it's less there's less pressure, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
I feel like the people who spend more money, they are a little bit less difficult than somebody who might be on a budget or more mindful about what they're spending. It's
Yeah.
a little bit easier to deal with them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will say, it's a little sidebar there. I've got a window cleaning company, and we have an auto detail company. We
Okay.
raised our prices significantly in the auto detailing because it would end up being like somebody's getting ready to sell their car or something, and they just barely had enough money to get their car detailed, but they wanted it perfect. I'm like, you have a 1972 Dodge Dart that hasn't been cleaned since Noah and the Ark, and it's like it's got a sea of goldfish under the seat, and it's horrid, and you want it perfect for $150. We're like, that was dumb. So we were like, now it costs $350, and most of those problems went away. So I imagine you can expand that to commercial world, especially when you're. So let me ask you this: you talk about, commercial clients. A lot of commercial clients have a budget set. They've got a budget plan for holiday lighting or holiday, extravaganza, their thing. What are the types of businesses or commercial pieces of real estate that are most commonly have a budget set aside for that?
Great question. So cities or municipalities typically have some type of budget set aside for a holiday program or a tree lighting ceremony. So they are awesome for that because taxpayer money is allocated, or they'll get sponsors.
Yeah.
Sometimes with them, you do have to keep in mind, if they have never had a program, you do have to do some education on the different options, which is totally fine. You just have to do a little bit more work. And then shopping centers are awesome. We love working with shopping centers. You typically contact a property manager. They're trying to drive traffic. We always have to remember we're competing with online retailers like Amazon, Walmart.com, Target.com. And so it's really important for those properties to have a holiday program to drive traffic that last quarter of the year to keep those tenants occupied. Otherwise, you're going to have a bunch of vacancies, which we can see. The indoor mall is dying. If you've gone to them, they're super scary.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's crazy. Is like, if you wanted to go up the food chain or like upstream of the clients, would going to property management companies be a good feeder for big commercial jobs?
Yeah, property managers, marketing loves to be involved, even though they may not be. So for sure, you would want to talk to them. City managers always want to have the final say, but sometimes they'll have a special events coordinator, or it could be someone in Parks and Rec. When you start to get, and I will say this too, cities and shopping centers are easier. Small bites is what you want to take as you're building your portfolio. If you're a small operation and maybe only have a few employees, I'm not going to tell you to go try to contact a theme park or something that's, a really large scope of work. We're going to take it easy. But if you could imagine, if you could do a few strip malls or work with a couple cities and maybe just increase, bring in an extra $200,000, $250,000 the last quarter of the year, I think for most people with a business, that would make a really big difference to be able to keep people working, purchase any supplies that you may need. That's your marketing budget for the next year. There's just so much more you could forecast with those extra funds. And then also a profit margin, you should be at like 60% minimum at commercial. If it's
year one, like from the get-go?
Oh yeah, year one. Okay. For sure. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. Hey, first of all, tell Stacy thank you. She shared this a couple of times. Thank you very much. And I couldn't agree more with Jeff than going, it's going to be huge. Huge. It's going to be huge. It's the biggest, the best. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. It's the best. All right. Doggone it, I tried to do a Trump impersonate or a whatever, and I don't have a good one. And I forgot what I was going to say. So let me look at my notes. Back to you, Chelsea. What are you going to be teaching at the Huge when people come to your breakout?
I'm going to be teaching a class on how to obtain high value tickets for permanent lighting and holiday lighting. So we're going to be talking about what we talked about. Like, one, what are we selling to them? Because I can call these people, but if I don't have something in mind on what would be a good solution for them, nothing's going to happen with those leads. And the goal is I want people to leave there with just a little nugget of information that they could take back and start getting busy right away. Even though I only have like 50 minutes, 45 minutes, that's enough time to do a crash course on what you need to do to get going this year.
Yeah. So with your, your call center and cold calling background, like cold calling prospects to talk to them about Christmas or about holiday lighting, what are you selling? I mean, yes, you're selling lights and lighting package, but what's the
solution, right?
what's the solution?
So the same thing. So like we were talking about for shopping centers, the goal is to drive traffic that last quarter of the year to keep their tenants, people shopping, hanging out at that town center or that mall so that they spend more money. If it's a city, it's really important for them to give back to the community, to bring people together, to create a sense of giving back, because at the end of the day, if you live in that city and you're paying taxes, that's your money going to that program.
Yeah.
So it's nice if you can bring your family to this free event and it's really fun and they have volunteers that run it. They do a parade. All of that stuff is really important to bring people together. So typically the solution that I'm offering them is that there's a need, there is a solution, and it's easier than they think it is. And then if there's the money there, you should probably spend it because you're probably not going to get it again.
That's right.
A lot of us know in the commercial market, you better spend it or you're going to lose it. So, yep.
That's really cool. So I'm in Missoula, Montana, and it's kind of a quaint Western town. It's up in the mountains, but it's big enough. It's like 70,000. So small town if you're from Orange County or from LA, but a big town if you're from Montana. But there's a giant, I think it's a spruce tree that it's a live tree that's at the end of the main street downtown. It ends by the old railroad depot. It's real quaint. And this thing it's like 60 feet tall, and they light that sucker every year. It's a big event, and you got a giant community thing. They close down the street. So it really does generate a community feel, sense of community, and in a big warm fuzzy inside for everybody. And then it stays lit all winter, and we get a lot of snow. That's really beautiful to see. Excuse me. It's August. Is it too late to be contacting municipalities and stuff if they're contracted, already done, or are we aiming for 2026? If I'm calling people,
with commercial, you want to contact year round, 24/7, because even if they are in a contract, eventually that contract will expire. They will go to bid again. A lot of properties do want 3 bids, and don't be worried. I always say, like with my commercial clients, it's always like dating. Like I'm dating for marriage, not a one night stand. So the first couple meetings are kind of awkward. You're getting to know them. What do they like? What are they thinking of? And then as you get to go and get to know them, they will take you with them. We have contracts we've been installing for 10 years, and they're great clients. We continue to offer them new stuff and continue to service them. And so if you could imagine your guaranteed streams of revenue every year, it's really important. So it's never too late to call. They're always looking for competitive quotes. Another thing is let's say I'm calling and it's getting closer to the holidays, and maybe their last vendor followed through or something came up and that person couldn't deliver. I'm going to be their saving grace, and they're going to remember that. And then I'm building my pipeline for the next year too. Hey, it was great talking to you in September or October. Just wanted to see how things went last year. Would love to connect with you. Can we meet, grab some coffee, and talk about what your plans are for the next year? So you're just constantly building your network.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. So let's segue just a little bit. Let's give away that ticket.
Yeah.
Excuse me. 1 second. That's gross. Okay. Better. So I know Christy wants to win a ticket because she shared it in the groups and reported back and all that. So here's a trivia question. And Chelsea, I'm going to ask you to help keep track. I'm going to mention something, and just hold up your fingers for any time that this thing is mentioned. And we'll be talking about the huge convention being held in Nashville. So we had it in Nashville. My partners and I took over the huge convention in 2021. We had it in Atlanta the first year. Then we moved it to Nashville the next year, 2022. 23, we had it in Nashville again. And last year was in Nashville again. And this year is the last year it's going to be in Nashville, at least for a long time. We've got a new location for 2026. But I was not shocked, but I was surprised to find out that the very first huge convention, it wasn't named that then, but the first iteration was in Nashville in 2013. So this will be the 13th annual event. And it's been in Nashville, here's your trivia question. The first person that answers it correctly and just sticks it in the chat. How many times has the huge convention been in Nashville, Tennessee already? You put that in the chat. You're the first one to put in there. Then you get a ticket to the huge convention, and we'll take care of you with a complimentary ticket. So you can come join us in Nashville in 2 weeks. I'm waiting for somebody to post it. Yeah, I tried to really telegraph it, Chelsea. Did it make sense?
Kind of. I have a number in my head. Is it correct? I don't know. It's correct to me. So
okay. Stacy is getting really close. After 2 weeks from now, this will be the 5th one. So how many times have we done it before? I know. I should keep talking, but I'm like anticipating. I'm like, who's going to put it down first? Stacy, Christy, who's putting it in? How many times have we already done it? It's not 5. This is the 5th one.
Don't give up.
Lay it on me. Let's get it in there.
Okay, Stacy.
Would you know? Yes.
4.
Ooh, 4 times. 4 times. And my inside joke with the Opryland Hotel. Have you been to the Opryland before?
Yes, we've gone since 2022. We've been going. It's like a casino.
It's so vast, and it's not laid out in a grid. It's like these concentric stuck together circles, like a Venn diagram. And it took me 3 years to figure out how to navigate the place. So I'm really looking forward to being there this year, because now I know my way around. Finally.
Yeah, I was going to say, you think you know. I was talking to someone today, and I said, well, I think I know. This will be the year I think I don't get lost, but we will see. I know where the coffee is, so that's the most important thing.
That is right. I always go, like, the first thing I do is download the app again, so I hopefully don't get lost. I'm like, I think I know my way around. I have to shift my camera for a second. I chuckled so hard the second year we were there. From my room to the meeting space, like I would go down and up to the front lobby and then all the way through. And then, like, the last day after the main session was over, I found out that I could go to the end of the hall, down the elevator, and I was in the trade show. And I was like, oh my God, I got in 30,000 extra steps for this. So here, let's do this. So I want to make sure, Stacy, you've got a ticket to the huge convention. What I need you to do to claim that, I'm going to send you a code, but just PM or DM or what, send us a message on Facebook Messenger to the huge convention page and say, I want a ticket with Sid and Chelsea, and I'll make sure and get you hooked up. Okay.
Okay. Fun fact really quick about Stacy is she actually got me into commercial Christmas. She's my friend that I called that had been selling Christmas for 17 years and was like, hey, you should go work for this company.
Really?
Yeah. So that'll be awesome if she's there. So thank you, Stacy. I'm still here. I can't leave.
Yeah, you're a Christmas in.
Yeah,
to the whole thing.
A slave for Santa.
Perfect. Well, cool. Is there anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap it up and head out?
Just excited. If you haven't booked your tickets for CLIPACon or for the huge convention, do it. You're not going to want to miss out on this. It's a lot of fun. And I don't even think it's like all about the classes, but it's about who you'll meet. You never know who you can connect with, what opportunities this will bring you. I can't tell you how many cool people I know that we get to do fun stuff just because we've had a cool conversation outside of a conference. So show up. It's time. This is the year to get busy. Stop talking about stuff, get into action, show up, do something different for your business and actually implement it, because you never know. But I just feel like this is the year to be doing something different.
That's excellent. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I mentioned Angela and JC a couple times. It's like you say, you never know who you're going to meet at a live event. Angela and JC met at a CLIPA event 3 years ago, and now they're married and they're doing all these ridiculously cool things together.
You never know. Show up. We might do some matchmaking. Show up. Love is in the air. That's right.
You might meet Santa and all the elves.
Yeah, exactly.
This is going to get good. Well, Chelsea, thanks for taking time to hang out with me and talk about CLIPACon and let us know what's up. And hold on, we got to finish up our comments. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Christy, Stacy, Jeff, the whole crew. So Stacy said, now it's been 22 years, not 17. Yeah, and she said she's going to bring the heat. Can't wait to see you. Jeff, of course, always the it's not a politician, but you're good. It's impossible. You're only 22. That's
Jeff knows. Smart man.
Done, Jeff. All right. Well, thank you. And again, Stacy, make sure to message me so I can get you connected with your ticket. And let's have a good time. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, a little bit less. Nashville,
Right on the
Tennessee
corner.
at the Opryland.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sid.
Joe. All right. Have a great night.
You too.